live thing tonight. I just figured there was time to do something, and we're gonna talk about 2026 because there's actually 2026 stuff available. So uh, the production has started on 2026 Atlas, 2026 Crossport, 2026 Taos, and 2026 Jetta is about to start. We don't have any production on 2026 ID4 yet, but 2026 Tiguan will start soon. We still have about 45 2025 Tiguans that have to be built before they switch to 2026, and that well sought after SEL-R-Line turbo. So there is going to be some excitement there with the Tiguan, but everything else pretty much stays the same. For those of you that were hoping at the 2026 Atlas and 2026 Atlas Crossport were going to be a redesign, you still have to wait another model year. That will be 2027, but it'll come out in 2026 allegedly. So if there's anybody out there, type in where you're at, where you're watching from, and if you got a question, type away. I'm gonna ask. I want to answer pretty much anything. So first off, 2026 Taos. We've already had our first one built. It's an SEL, and it's already in transit from the factory to the port. The 2026 Taoses that we're getting, we have 15 of them coming. There's not going to be a change there. Looks like there's no change in the colors or anything like that. 2026 Atlas, however, they did ditch Aurora Red, so there's no more Aurora Red metallic. So you're still able to get avocado green. Pure white also gets ditched. So they're going with opal white pearl on all trims, even the Atlas SE. So Atlas SE, Atlas SE Tech, Atlas SE Tech Peak, Atlas SEL, and Atlas SEL-R-Line will all come in opal white pearl. The avocado green is still available, but it's not going to be available on that bottom trim, the SE. You'll have to get an SE Tech or higher to get that. See, Crossport, same deal. SE Tech and above, you can get avocado green. We have a number of avocado green ones coming to us this year. We couldn't seem to get any last year, so we have two SEL Premium R-Line Crossports, one with chalk, one with black and blue on the interior coming as 2026s. We have an Atlas, a full-size Atlas 3-row SEL Premium R-Line with avocado green and black interior. And then I think we got one with Shetland beige coming as well. Let's see here. Jerry from Germantown, Wisconsin. I have a 2022 Atlas Crossport SEL-R-Line Premium. That's a great car. That's a V6 too, right? You had an option. You could get turbo or V6. Did you get the V6 on that? Also, the other change for Atlas is everything's coming with an auto dimming home link mirror except for the SE trim. The SE trim, it's still going to be an option, but the rest of the lineup will come with it as a standard option. There is a video rear view camera, a digital rear view camera, if you will, that is available as an add-on option at the dealership. We have those in stock. I promised you guys that we were going to make a video. We had an SEL that we are going to put it in, but the service department got so backed up they didn't have the time to invest in it, and the car ended up selling before we could get it put in that car. So we will try to make a video of one this year. That digital mirror, they're now advertising that in the service department is something that you can add. That will be a nice add to especially an SEL Premium R-Line. So we may actually have that put on a car so we can show you what that looks like. The other thing, V6, I have a V6 Crossport and we absolutely love it. So it's a 2023 SEL-R-Line Black Edition. So, and it's tourmaline blue, and they don't do that color anymore, and that's a sad, sad thing that they don't do that color anymore because I love that color. So 2026 Atlas is in production. We have our first one actually en route to us. It's on a train en route to our rail yard, our local rail yard for delivery to the dealership. It's going to be a 2026 Atlas SE all-wheel drive. It is going to be I believe opal white pearl in color. Let me take a look here. Opal white pearl with Shetland beige interior. Now there is a price increase on the Atlas for 2025. So I'm sorry, 2026. So don't be surprised by that. You can't have sticker shock with that one. The SE is opal white pearl with Titan black leatherette. Correction. This one has for options enhanced rear view mirror, rubber mat kit, and then a third year SUV care. The SE is now 44,146 MSRP on that car. 44,000. So that car went up about $2,000. They're calling it a 3% price increase. Now there's an SE Tech all-wheel drive that I have coming as well, deep black with Titan black. That one has panoramic sunroof, puddle lights, VW Care rubber mat kit, and a black bumper That one runs 49,336. So the SE Tech is still just under 50 grand, but it's making that walk up. I can only presume that's that 3% price increase that they're talking about. We don't know what's causing that. We don't know if it's tariffs or not. They're not going to come out and say that, but that could be a hint as to what that is. The SEL Premium R-Line. We have a black one with Shetland beige. It has puddle lights, VW Care, and rubber mat kit. It's going to be 961. So that is almost the price of an SE Tech. I'm sorry, an SEL Premium R-Line with captain's chairs as a 2025. So that one looks like it didn't get the brunt of a price increase there. Not too terribly bad. The other cars that we have coming to us is 2026s. Just so you know, they are in production or they are about to be produced. We should see all of these cars by at the latest November 20th, right before Thanksgiving. But the fact that there's two on the rail right now tells me those are going to be here before the end of the month, probably before September starts. So we have SEL Premium R-Lines, two green ones with Titan black. One has, let's see if the other one has, so one has captain's chairs, one does not. And then we have a white with Shetland beige with VW Care and puddle lights. And then that one is opal white pearl, 56. So all of these are just at that 56 range. I don't see one that's over 57 yet, but we know it's coming. The SEL Premium R-Line Cross Sport. Let me switch this up here, toggle this here, and see what we got here. Okay, so at factory on those. I don't have one produced yet, but they're factory approved. I have two avocado green ones and SEL premiums, one with chalk and Titan, the Titan black, and the other is going to be with Titan black and blue leather underlay. Then I also have an avocado green SE Tech. This is going to be the hot car. It has the black wheel package and puddle lights and dark beige interior. That one doesn't have a price on it yet, but that's going to look good as well. The 2026 Tiguan. I know that's what everybody cares about. So let's go look at that real quick. The 2026 Tiguan, I only have so far allocated to me two SEL-R-Lines. The SEL-R-Line turbos. That's going to have the 268 horse. It's for those. One's going to be avocado green and one's going to be sandstone. And those are due to arrive at the dealership. If I can find where that one is. Those are going to arrive, SEL-R-Line Turbo, November 27th to December 12th. So if you're looking for the SEL-R-Line Turbo, figure right around Thanksgiving they might start showing up. There's going to be two of those available so far. But the FSO, or our next essential allocation, where we can actually tweak the colors and things like that, is in 2 weeks. We should get some more stuff there. As for the SEL-R-Line Turbo, we still don't have pricing. We don't have anything. We don't know anything about how that's going to look. The SE-R-Lines, let's see here. Let me see if there's a price on those. I don't think I have a price on those either. I have some allocated to me, but I think they're still blank. Yep, no, there's no pricing on the 2026 Tiguan yet. but there's a few of them already allocated to us. I think we have like 15. Um, Jetta, the GLI. I have a couple GLIs that are already in the pipeline. And interesting enough, for those of you who are interested in Golf and Golf R, I don't have a 2026 Golf R allocated to me yet, but I do have 2026 GTIs. Two slate blue ones with the art velour interior. They are already allocated to us. They've been allocated to us for almost a month. So the 2026 GTI, it appears, was going to have a quick turnaround. We saw the allocation of those literally probably 45 days after we got our first 2025 GTI. So that was really quick. Um, so there's not any real changes for GTI for 2026 either that we see. There's no real change on colors either. That slate blue metallic, I'm telling you what, that is the hot color. That's the hot topic right now. The Golf R, I do have a 2025 Golf R that is at our rail yard locally. That is available. It is not spoken for, and it's a regular Golf R, so that's right around that 49 grand MSRP on that car. Then there is, let's see, I have about 60 2025 Atlases on the ground. So now that they're shipping 2026s, that should mean that there should be some good incentives on the 2025 Atlases. So if you're looking for an Atlas, come get one. Reach out to me. I can get you whatever you're looking for. We have quite a few of them on the ground. Crossport, same thing. It appears that we're one of the only dealers that has the SEL-R-Line Black Edition on the Crossport. That wasn't really a hot car for dealers to pick up. We never got one allocated to us. We just kind of asked for them, and we received them. So the SEL-R-Line is a blackout version of the 2024 SEL-R-Line, if you're not familiar with that car, and that's a hot looking car. So I still have a couple of red ones. I got a blue one, 3 silver ones, 2 white ones, and that's it. The black and the platinum gray sell immediately when we get them, so we haven't gotten any more of those. The pure gray goes pretty fast too. But as 2026 comes in, I hope to get some of those. Let's see. Jetta for 2026, no changes there. I think you can still get the manual gearbox for the Jetta GLI. There were some rumors out there that maybe the GLI was going to lose the manual gearbox too. I haven't heard anything confirming that, so I'm pretty sure you can still get a 2026 GLI with a manual gearbox. The Jetta Sport, Jetta S, Jetta SE, and Jetta SEL are still coming to us just like usual. For 2026, though, the Jetta SE comes with a sunroof. It's not an option anymore. That makes sense. Taos, 2026, no change there. ID4, with the ID4, we have a few of the 2025s left. Actually, we have 2 left of 2025s. We actually had to ask for more of those because they ran that incredible lease deal where these cars are leasing for, I believe it's $299 a month for the rear-wheel drive Pro. So that really sparked the move on the ID4s. We're hoping to get those before September 30th when the tax credit allegedly ends. So if you're looking for an EV, the ID4 has great deals on it. If you're holding out for something on the ID Buzz, we haven't heard anything yet. I think it would be a great opportunity for them to do something big on the ID Buzz to get those units moving off the lots too, because they come with a pretty hefty price tag. So does anybody have any questions about anything? I'm kind of rambling on here about the 2026 stuff. If you got any questions, put them down in the comment there. I'll see it and I'll answer it for you. On a local note for me, as if something you don't know who I am, I'm Reese. I actually work at Bommarito St. Peter's in St. Louis. St. Peter's is a suburb of St. Louis on the west side, and I've been doing YouTube stuff for probably, 6 years, almost 7. I guess it's more like 7 years, and it's actually played out pretty well for me. It's actually panned out and been a pretty good tool for me. I do walk around videos of these cars and post them. and if anything, they're going to educate you on how to look for what to look for, what features come with what, and hopefully you'll learn some things about your car. Maybe your salesman didn't teach you. Any chance VW will put the Gen 4 2.0 in a Tiguan? That I'm not sure of. This engine that they're putting in it, I believe it's a tuned Golf R engine, but we don't know that for sure. Um, I'd like to see the Tiguan R come here, and I think they're hoping to just appease us with this SEL-R-Line turbo engine, so we'll stop asking for a Tiguan R in the States. But a Tiguan R in the States would be an absolute badass beast. Um, I did also hear that the Touareg is now getting the X globally. So the hopes I had of maybe them doing a small batch Touareg for the States, yeah, that doesn't look like it's going to happen. What about the Amarok? Well, it seems like Volkswagen is still, and they're perpetually worried about the chicken tax. If you haven't heard of the chicken tax, that's the tax or the tariff or whatever you want to call it that is imposed on imported trucks. It's been that tariff is or tax has been around since the 70s, and it makes things like the Amarok cost prohibitive to be offered in the States. But there was a concept that they came out with at one time called the Tan Oak, which was a spinoff of the Atlas. That was before they actually rolled out the Cross Sport, which was the Cross Blue concept. And I think that ultimately died too. But if you Google Tan Oak and look at images, get Google images on that, the concepts, that was a pretty badass looking truck. I would have wished that they would have done something with that. Now, speaking of tariffs and chicken tax and pickup trucks, Scout. We're getting closer to Scout rolling out something. They're being sued by every Volkswagen dealer there is, Volkswagen Group is, for the fact that they're going to offer Scout as a direct-to-consumer option, not using dealerships. So all of the dealership networks are suing them. Let's see here, are the ones that don't just maintain their cars. That is 1,000% correct, Derek. Um, people gripe all the time about how they think Volkswagen is unreliable, but if you do the maintenance on the car, it's not an unreliable car. That's 1,000% accurate. We have a guy. His name is Scott Walton. The guy has a Passat, a 2017 Passat SE. I wish I sold it to him. I didn't. There's another salesman. But the guy has at 625,000 miles on his Passat. He comes in probably once, maybe twice a month. He drives 10,000 miles a month. He does every service they recommend for him. Volkswagen needs to give the guy a seat. The guy needs a new seat. But he's driven 625,000 miles on a non-TDI Passat, a 2017 Passat. So, I've owned the 2015 GTI since 2014. Brand new, ordered, just past 100,000 miles, not a single mechanical issue, zero. Absolutely right. Maintain your vehicle, and you're not going to have any problems at all. That's transmission flush. That's DSG the DSG flush. If you have that, that's a brake flush. That's timing chain, timing belt, all of that stuff. You do all that stuff, the car's going to run forever. It's not rocket science, but we just seem to get a bad rap for that. I've been with Volkswagen for going on 14 years, and man, it's just it's been constant. So absolutely, yeah, you got to do that. Otherwise, the transmission doesn't go. Go. Um, so what was I saying? Oh, at the dealership. So at the dealership I'm at, we're in St. Louis, as I said. We're kind of growing. Our numbers are growing. We're expanding. Our footprint's growing. So we're getting a lot of new customers where we're at. We get them from a lot of different areas. We're kind of close to the Illinois border in two directions, both north and east of us. So we get a lot of people from up in southern Illinois or west central Illinois that come across to buy cars from us. Of course, my YouTube stuff does get me the occasional person from out of state. So I've had people come from as far away as Tennessee and Florida or Texas down by the Mexico border. So you're more than welcome to do that. You can fly in and drive out. I'll pick you up at the airport. You guys, of course, know that. Um, this particular year, though, has been a rough year for me, and I'm being dead honest. This has probably been my roughest year since I've been in the car business up until last month, and it kind of finally shook loose for me. So I'm playing catch up at this point, and our inventory. I haven't done an inventory update in quite a while because our inventory's gone the other way. In the 7 years, going on 8 years that I've been at this dealership, never once have we had over 200 cars on the ground, actually on the ground, and we just achieved that this month. Now we're at 200 and approaching 230 in a really quick fashion. And in about a 2 week period, we'll be at 260, maybe 270 cars on the ground. So if you're looking for something specific, I'm the guy to reach out to. If you're willing to travel to St. Louis to sign your paperwork, I'm the guy to talk to. If you're willing to fly in and drive it home, I'm the guy you want to talk to. So I can get you pretty much anything. You just got to fly in and drive out. Our dealership does require you to sign in person. I can't do DocuSign or anything like that, because at our shingle, or our complex, if you want to call it, we have Mazdas, we have Cadillacs, we have Volkswagens. We are a high theft target for the Cadillac brand. So they've given us blanket coverage across all three platforms. If you're not coming in to sign the stuff, we're not selling a car to you. They want to see and vet you in person. So we can't lose a car if we vet them in person and we go through all the steps. So if you're interested in a car, give me a call. Does anybody else have any other questions? Derek, nice chat, man. I appreciate it. Does anybody else out there have a question? Anything at all? Why is VW used the color blue? I don't know, anything. Inventory wise, again, I got pretty much everything. I've got a Golf R actually about to land on the ground too, so I've even got that. So if you know somebody interested in a Golf R, you can reach out to me as well. That's supposed to be playing my videos back there, but it's playing more ads than anything. So let's see. Yeah, so the other thing I can talk about is leasing. Here, this time of year, it's kind of back to school. If any of you guys know anybody out there that has, they have kids that are driving age, maybe that 16-year-old looking for that first car, I want to share something with you that I did on my car for the last car I just leased for my daughter. She just turned 16. That you guys remember Peyton? You've seen her in a few videos. She's now driving. Yikes. So what we did was we leased a Jetta for her, a Jetta SE. So to give you an idea, that's a $28,000 car. And I swore when I first had kids, I wasn't going to be that dad that bought a car for his daughter, a brand new car for a 16-year-old daughter. But I'm going to tell you what, the economies of scale, the tariffs and everything going on in the world and the timing of everything, I decided that it was a good time to do it. I decided that we were going to lease the car for her. She already has a job, a good paying job. She works a good amount of hours. She's going to pay for the lease. She's 16. The lease is in our name. It's the equivalent of me getting her, let's call it a $15,000 used car. So what I did, we're going to spend probably $15,000 on this lease. That's with taxes in, her monthly payment. That's her sales tax. And that's her using a brand new car with a full warranty, free maintenance on it as well. For as long as she's leasing that car, it's going to have free maintenance. Fast forward 3 years, she's now no longer 16, she's now 19. She's out of high school, she's graduated, and she should have a job where she can continue to pay for that car. So at this point, she's now ready to purchase this car on her own. So she's got 3 years, counting now, to save money to pay for that car or put a down payment on that car as a used car, and she can buy it when the lease is up. And if she acts a fool and wants to party and wants to hang out with friends and get bad grades and things like that, after the 3 years is up, the car goes back. She has to figure out a way to get a car on her own. She learns a lesson that way as well. So this is new dad teaching method for me, teaching responsibility and the fact that she has to make the payments on that car, and she pays $100 of her insurance as well. So if you're looking for a car for a kid that's starting high school or just starting to drive, or maybe the kid's going off to college this month or something, you can do a lease. You can do what's called a one-pay lease, or I mean, you don't have to do a one-pay lease. You can save that money, that $15,000 that you're going to pay cash for a used car, put it in the bank, make the down payment, or if you're going to do a down payment, don't have to. You can do zero down and do first month's payment, and just save that money in the bank, earn interest on it, and pay the payments over time. Your kid now has a leased car with free roadside assistance for 3 years, 36,000 miles. They have 4 years, 50,000 miles of bumper-to-bumper coverage. They also have roadside assistance for 3 years, 36,000 miles. And you have a brand new car. If something breaks or goes sideways on the car, it's under warranty. You don't have to worry about fixing that. Whereas if you bought a $15,000 car, which are almost impossible to find these days in this market, they're more like 20 grand, 18 grand to 20 grand, and not 15 anymore. If you have a surprise repair bill or something, it's 100% on you, because you bought a used car and the warranty's probably already used up, and that car probably has somewhere around 60,000 miles plus already on the car. So there's no warranty in play there. Those manufacturers that do the 100,000 mile warranty, that's usually not transferable to a used car owner. So you don't have that benefit for you. So I recommend leasing a car. I've had 2 other customers do that. Your 16-year-old's ready to drive, put them in a new Jetta or a new Taos. Yes, lease the car. That way you're not on the hook for it for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, whatever financing rates are. You're only on the hook for 3 years. So when your kid becomes 19, they should have more responsibility. They should be more responsible, and they are an adult. They can take over for you and relieve mom and dad of this car payment, if you choose to do it that way. I choose to have Peyton make that payment now, and we'll help her out when school's going on, of course, because she's not going to be able to work and go to school. She needs to focus on grades. But we're teaching that responsibility to her, so she has some type of ownership in this car. It's working out great for us so far. We haven't had any kind of issues with the car, of course, because it's got a warranty. She did curb a wheel already. Yikes. But I made sure I had a wheel and tire repair policy on that car, or scratch and dent, if you want to call it that covers stuff like that, because we knew it was going to happen. So Peyton's already had strike 1, but she gets 3 strikes. So does anyone else have any kind of questions? Anything about what I said there, maybe leasing or anything else? What was I going to say? Leasing is cool right now. We're doing 36 months. You can actually do 42 months. You can actually do 48 months. And I have so many Tauses on the ground right now that, hey, if you got a kid going off to school or something, it's a great car to do that with. But we know how hard you work at this challenging time with yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it, man. Now you're glad sales are picking up. I definitely am. But I tell you what, I have so many Tauses on the ground, and Jettas, something that we didn't have before. These are great cars to put people in the lease. And if you know somebody that's had a Taos before, Taos kind of got a bad break, a bad rep before, but that ended in 2024 with that DSG clutch, that dual clutch transmission paired with the all-wheel drive. Volkswagen listened and fixed that. They took away the DSG. You don't have that transmission anymore, and you're doing just a standard. I believe it's a 7-speed, maybe an 8-speed transmission. Don't hold me to that right now, but the dual clutch is gone. The Taos is, I'm telling you what, it's a game changer now. It's definitely better horsepower, just better oomph, better giddy up, and it's just a better looking car. And cooler colors. That green is popular. That bright moss green is stupid popular right now. We also have that Monterey blue. I'm telling you what, the fact that they made a Taos S in Monterey blue surprised me. And that car is not going to last long, because typically the S model is going to be black, white, gray, or silver, and that's it. Let's see here. Please tell VW to put a sportier blue on the GLI and keep the manual. Do you not like the Monterey blue? That thing is sexy. I think that's an awesome color on that car, especially with the red accents on the front. It pops. And I don't think the manual GLI is going away yet. Let's see here. I got an email about my 2024 GTI OTA being available. I haven't gotten a notice on my screen. How long does it usually take? I don't know, because that's a new thing. The over-the-air updates. I am not sure. I haven't got anything on my Golf R either. But that's going to be a new thing for them. And I'll say this off the record, okay? I'd be skittish over an over-the-air update. Just if it doesn't present itself, I wouldn't worry about it till you go in and get an oil change or something like that. Then they're going to do it for you. But I don't know. Updates tend to mess things up because there's inadvertent things that happen. So I'm not going to be the first to do an update. So what I would do is, if you're curious about that over-the-air update, I would search some forums and see what's going on with people who have done it, and make sure they're not having an issue before I do it. Just me being cautious. So what blue would you think is sporty? Do you think a lapis blue needs to be on a GLI? Because that's kind of unique to the Golf R. There was night blue metallic that was on the old GTI. There was slate blue, or dark, no, not slate blue. Slate blue is the current color on the GTI. And then there was dark iron blue. That's what it was. Dark iron blue that was on the GTI, along with the night blue metallic. And then, cornflower blue. So, kind of curious what you're thinking sporty is. Because the Rabbit Edition had that. Let's see here. No issue with doing the update on my 2024 GTI. Yes, all of those blues. Okay. They're just associated with the faster cars. That's what it is. Like I said, there's no real changes coming to anything else. Passat used to have nice dark blue. Yeah, they also had a reef blue that was really popular. Oh gosh, I can't remember what the dark blue was called. It wasn't night blue, but there was a night blue. And then let's see. The other thing that I would talk about is, you kind of touched there when you said Passat. I still hear rumors that the Passat might consider bringing back the Passat, but if you look overseas, I think they only do the wagon over there, which is no bueno for the States. They're not going to do that. Going to 2027, the Atlas is going to be a redesign, and it looks like they're still going to stick with those flush door handles. If you want to look at what that looks like, or get a sneak peek or an idea what that looks like, you want to Google 2026 Terramont. There might be a Terramont Plus or something like Terramont Sport or something like that, that will show you what it looks like, because that's the Chinese version of the Atlas, the Terramont. Also, tourmaline blue metallic. Yeah, that's what I have on my Cross Sport, the SEL-R-Line black. That is a sexy beast with black wheels. That color is so awesome. I did a video of that car, my wife's car, and that car it's probably still only got 55,000 views on it, but it did 52,000 of those in the first 2 weeks. That was insane. So that car looked like it was black in certain light, and it looked like it was blue in other light. So that was a great car. Let's see. Volkswagen has always had really good blues, though. Lots of blues. So they've had denim blue, they've had reef blue, they've had night blue metallic, they've had tourmaline blue, they've had cornflower blue, they've had Monterey blue, they've had Pacific blue, silk blue metallic, rising blue metallic. Let's see. There's another blue. Oh, Arctic blue, which is that lighter color, and there's Jazz blue. That's one I haven't heard of. Was that like maybe an 04 Jetta or something like that around that time? I feel like that would have been around that time. Um, let's see, on the 20th anniversary. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a ways back. Yeah. Okay. Um, then let's see. I'm trying to think what other blues. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it that I can remember on the blues. Oh, there was Dark Iron Blue again for the GTI, but I wasn't really a fan of that one. Night Blue Metallic was just really awesome, and Tourmaline Blue is probably the closest thing to that for me. Um, as for the whites, um, they've had opal white, or actually pure white. There's been pure white, candy white, opal white pearl, oryx white pearl, and I feel like there was another white that they were using for a while. But the candy white and the pure white were pretty close to each other. And as for the reds, they've had quite a few reds. It seems like two. There was Opera Red Metallic, which was more of a maroon color that they were doing on the Passat. And then they did Fortana Red. They changed to Fortana Red on the Passat, and I think it actually made a short stint on the Atlas. And then they cut the red on the Atlas, and then they brought back red with the Aurora Red. And then they came out with King's Red Metallic for Jetta, Taos, and Tiguan. And then last year, 2024, was the only year you could get an SEL-R-Line Black Edition in red, King's Red Metallic, with cinnamon brown interior. Oh my God, great looking car, stunning. But they change a lot. So like I said earlier, the Atlas, there's no more red on it for 2026. So Tornado Red over King's Red. Depends on the car. Tornado Red is great on the Beetle and the old school Jetta, the 2011 and all. So because they did that corn silk beige interior with those, which was really good. The only other color that looked really good with corn silk beige on it was toffee brown on a Jetta. Toffee brown on a Jetta or a Beetle, and usually it was a Beetle TDI. That was a good looking color. And then there was oak forest brown or dark forest brown that was on the EOS. You talk about a great car, a sleeper car, and just an amazing car. The EOS was an engineering marvel. That's a car they should have never got rid of. I mean, granted, it was never going to be a top seller or anything, and it wasn't cheap, but the EOS was a great car. It was a real life transformer. Bottle green on the that was on the Beetle. That was a good color too. But the EOS was such a great car. The first gen I wasn't a fan of, but that you could get a manual transmission with that. The second gen though, the 2013 and newer, it was up to 2016. Yeah, 2016 was the last year for the EOS. Man, that was a great car. That car could have been as good of a seller as the Beetle was. It just cost a lot. And then the Beetle, yeah, I'd love for them to bring that back. We still get calls from people looking for Beetles. And when someone totals a Beetle, they want another Beetle, and there just aren't any out there, and it's kind of a sad day. Let's see here. Can you do an auto park review on the new Tiguan? Yeah, once we have one that's actually not being sold immediately, yeah. The thing with those cars is they're selling so quick. I will try to do one with that, and that has that Pro Park Plus, which means it does everything, the gas, the gear, and the brake. So that's going to be new, but the ID4 already does that, and I think the ID Buzz already does that. So I may try it out in an ID4 or an ID Buzz first, just to get a hang of it, and then do it in that car. By that time, we should have some on the ground. Let's see. Let's talk about this 2025 Tiguan for a minute. From what I have seen on this car is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. The thing that I'm starting to see as a salesperson that kind of makes me sad about it is the color combinations aren't really there until you hit the SEL-R-Line Black. What I mean by that is now we have a number of Tiguan SEs in stock, but when they're all lined up, it's black, white, gray, and silver. Black, white, gray, and silver. Black, white, gray, and silver. That's just it. It's monochromatic. The only anomaly on the SE is going to be the Monterey Blue. You can get Monterey Blue on a Tiguan SE, but the problem we're currently having with that is every time one lands, it sells instantly, like same day. So the Monterey Blue sells so quick, they're not building enough of the Monterey Blue to offset the black, white, gray, and silvers. The black, white, gray, and silvers. The black, white, gray, and silvers. I just have to keep saying that because it makes your lot look really boring. There's nothing exciting about that. And what at least we see at our dealership, the people that are coming in now and buying cars are the people who got stuck with something during COVID, and it's finally time to be out of that lease, maybe consider trading that car in. And the people are like, damn it, I'm going to get what I want this time. Last time I had to ask, hey, do you have a car on the lot? I'll take it. And it was always black, white, gray, or silver. There was never blues. There was never reds. There was never greens. There were never blues. There just were black, white, gray, or silver, monochromatic. And I don't know about anybody else, but when you're driving a gray car, it seems like everybody and their uncle wants to pull out in front of you like they didn't see you. You just blend into the pavement, and it's not fun. I love the Tiguan. I drive 25K a year and need a comfortable car, and the SEL-R-Line will be the one I get. So, yeah. So, find one. I have one that just landed yesterday, day before, a white one. I'm not confident it'll be there tomorrow, but it just landed 2 days ago. But I don't think it's been PDI'd yet because our shop, we're getting cars so aggressively fast that our shop can't keep up with the PDIs. And what PDIs are the pre-delivery inspections. That's where they take the car out of transport mode, hook it up to a laptop that takes all the lights and the codes and everything and sets everything to normal and gets the car to actually drive normal. Because when a car comes in off a truck, it has every light on. Your adaptive cruise control, your lane assist, your sunroof is disabled. Everything's disabled. If you get a car that has a 360 camera, the backup camera doesn't even work. It's black. So you have to look out the window and look back or use your mirrors to back that car in until it's taken out of PDI mode, because there's software and programs that run the 360 and all that stuff that have to talk to each other, but they're all disabled when the car is in transport mode. And they don't have any gas. That's the other thing. They put just enough gas in these cars to drive them off the assembly line, drive them through the proving ground if they're going to test it out for humps and bumps and things like that, then to the rail yard, then load it on a train, then drive it off a train when it gets to where it's going, and then drive it onto a truck, and then haul it to the dealership and drive it off the trailer onto the lot at the dealership. And by the time we get it, most of those cars have 0 miles to empty. We're lucky if they have 15 miles to empty. Occasionally we'll get one that says 35 miles to empty, but that's just because they put too much gas in it. But the reason they do that is so these cars don't end up stolen. Because when a car is in the rail yard, the keys stay with the car. How else would you'd lose keys if you didn't have them stick with the car? So that's why they do that. It's an anti-theft setup. So there's that. But anyway, what I was talking about these Tiguans. The Tiguans, they are not doing enough color choices on the SE. You can't get any color other than black, white, gray, or silver on the S. And when you get to the SE, like I said, the Monterey Blue is the only real color you can get on it. And then when you get to the SEL-R-Line Black, then you get the cool colors. You get sandstone. You get avocado green with a black roof. You get Monterey Blue. You get opal white pearl instead of pure white. And then you get the black. And then the Monterey Blue with the black roof. You can get that one too. Let's see here. Do you think there will be an a Mark 8 Jetta in 2028? Don't know. I know the Jetta was on the chopping block, even if that's hard to believe, because that would have left us with no sedans at all and only SUVs. But I think they're rethinking that because Jetta started having a moment when they finally got Jettas to the dealerships. They saw that they were having a moment. Nissan still has the Altima. Ford is bringing back the Taurus. And did they cut I think they cut the Fusion. So Toyota still keeps the Camry. And they have the Corolla. And then you look at Honda, they have the Accord, and they still have the Civic. So I think Volkswagen will be absolutely foolish to get rid of the Jetta. So I hold on to your hats. I think they're going to stick around. I think they're going to rethink it, and there may actually be a redesign coming instead of a refresh. So that if they do a refresh, or I'm sorry, a redesign, since they did a refresh in 25, 26 is already on the books and is getting ready to start. 27 would probably be the last year for what it currently looks like, and in 28 it'd probably be a redesign. So in answer to your question, I guess I kind of got the long way there. Maybe there is a Mark 8 Jetta in 2028, because it sounds like it would be due for a refresh or a redesign in 2027, maybe as a 2028, or 2027 as a 2027. Yeah, they got to keep the manual around. The manual gearbox has got to stay in stuff. And then there's also a story out there that the ID4 may become the electric Tiguan. We're also hearing that 2027 allegedly will have hybrids. That would be Atlas, Tiguan, and Crossport, or Atlas Crossport. So 3 models essentially. But that's all rumors. There's also a rumor out there that Audi wants to build a plant in Chattanooga, a twin plant to Chattanooga Volkswagen. So that would be exciting too. Let's see, Scout is still online or on course to start offering cars in 2026, I believe. And I think before that plant opens, it's going to have a sister brand producing something there, like maybe a e-tron for Audi or something like that. I don't think that factory gets built and opens purely as a Scout plant. I just don't see that happening. Any other questions there? So do you think the 26 Turbo Tiguan will be on dealership lots? When? November, right around Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving going into Christmas. And I think when that happens, there's going to be an absolute frenzy for that car. I think I've been saying this for a long time. I still have 2 available. No one's called and said I want to reserve one of those. But I've been telling people, if you know that's the car you want to order one or reserve one now. Because everybody, human nature is, they always wait. They hear me talking and they just go blah, 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 blah. He's just talking. I don't need to reserve it. I'll just go down to my dealer. They're not busy. It's not that they're not busy. It's just the car you want is going to be high velocity. And Volkswagen's pretty reactive, not proactive. They're not going to build enough of that car to start with to meet demand. And then they're going to be too late when they do react. So I honestly think that car is going to be hard to find, and you're going to find dealers that will start marking that car up. And that car's probably going to be a $45,000 to $47,000 car already. I could see a dealer marking that up to at least $50,000. I could just see that happening. Like I said, I have 2 available. They're eligible to be reserved, the SEL-R-Line turbos. But I think once they hit the lots and once people get the test drive, if you're lucky enough to find one to test drive, yeah, they're going to be flying out. They're going to be flying off the shelves. Here's what's going to happen. Just like I told you guys, I still believe it's happening. I've had people comment and say, "Oh, there's 1,000 of these by my zip code. What are you talking about?" I can only talk about how my dealership works and how my dealership's selling cars. These SEL-R-Line Black Editions, this week is the first week we've gotten 2 that weren't already sold. We got a black one, an all black one, and a white one with a black roof. It does have a black roof. Those 2 are still available, but they just got here. They just got PDI. They just got a full tank of gas. Um, when people see those cars, to give you an idea, last Saturday, we run with 5 salespeople, 5 of us. That's a small staff. We were overrun, and um, I was selling or showing a green one that just came up. I physically unwrapped the car in front of the customer, taking that big white sheet off, unhooking everything underneath, and pulling it off, and opening the hood and taking it off the hood and everything else to reveal this gorgeous avocado green car with crystal gray interior. They were like, "Oh my gosh, this car is gorgeous." While I was doing that, a salesman pulled up the white one. We had the white one parked off to the side with the black wheels and the black roof on it. It went on a test drive. The people didn't even leave the parking lot yet in the test drive on that one. And some other people came out and said, "What's that car? I wanted, what is that?" "Oh, well, we have another black one, all black one over here." "Oh, well, we're driving that. We want to drive that right now." They left the lot at the same time. They came back at the same time. That car got all of the attention on the lot. You heard of the milkshake brings the boys to the yard. This car brings, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So now we have landing literally today, my day off. I think we had a sandstone one land and a Monterey blue one with a blue roof. I'm going to at least put a picture up of those because I don't think I'll get to make a video of those before someone has it sold. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to try to get that done, but man, these cars are just selling that crazily. Meanwhile, the SEs, don't get me wrong, the SE Tiguan and the S Tiguan are beautiful. They're great. But you see these R-Lines, you can't unsee them. You cannot unsee it. You can't undo what your mind just saw. They've done such a good job with these cars. You just can't forget about them. You can't get them out of your mind. It's like in high school or middle school when you saw that girl for the first time at the skating rink and you go, "Oh, you're 45 years old and you still remember her name." It's like that. That's the best way I can describe it. The SEL-R-Line Tiguan, same thing. People see it and they go, "Okay, the massage seats do it for me." Or the 3-seat memory on both passenger and driver side. That's a game changer. Because if you look at a CRV, it doesn't have it. You look at a RAV4, it doesn't have it. An RDX, it doesn't have it. None of those cars have that. You have a massage seat for the passenger? That's usually your wife or your significant other over there. You've got the memory seat, you've got the massage seat, and usually she's got nothing and she's probably got a hand crank over there on that side. In this Tiguan, she gets memory seats too, or he gets memory seats if you're the driver. He gets memory seats, he gets a massage seat. He doesn't have to mess with your seat, and he doesn't have to gripe about you getting it and hogging it. That's mind-blowing. And you get a ventilated seat, and you get a heated seat. That is so over the top in this car. They outdid themselves on this car. And for this car to be 43 grand, and you get real wood, massage seats on both driver and passenger, 3-seat memory on both driver and passenger, heated seat on both driver and passenger, a ventilated seat on both driver and passenger, head-up display, navigation, power folding mirrors, heated rear seats, leather throughout, panoramic sunroof, park assist, autonomous emergency braking, lane assist, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, pro park assist, emergency assist. I mean, everything. And the logo lights up. Oh, and the tail light lights up, and the logo lights up on the back, and you get a 3D tail light. Dude, take my money. That's crazy. These cars are going to sell like crazy. So on Saturdays now, we're busy. We're busy all the time, and everybody's coming to see a Tiguan. They're coming to see a Tiguan. And they want to see the ones with the cool colors. Because COVID taught us a lesson. Man, did it teach us a lesson. We saw everything in black and white, monochromatic. Black, white, gray, and silver. You can get colors when you go above and beyond with the R-Line. You got to go to an R-Line to get color. So we've learned that. So, let's see here. Do you think VW is rethinking the manual on the GTI and have sales for the GTI slow? Higher they could have freehand if you cannot get a GTI with a manual. Actually, GTI sales are doing the opposite, at least in my dealership. We're getting these 2025s, and they're just going. They're just going. And no one's really asking for the manual. We did have one guy. Actually, I did have one guy that wanted a manual. We had to look 500 miles away for a GTI. Now, here's the thing, though. What a dealership understands is there's something called final pay. When a car gets too old, or and Volkswagen pays its final incentive or sends you the final payment they're going to pay you for having that car on a lot. Those cars have already done that. So now that car is incentiveless. If that's a word. If it's on the ground anywhere, there aren't any incentives to help get that car to the price you needed to help with your trade or anything like that. It's just pure loss on that car at that point. So whatever they sell it for, whatever they discount it to, it's just on the dealership. And it's just on the dealership. So there's not a lot of inventory out there. I would hope that dealers were getting rid of those, but it was hard to find what this guy was looking for. The 380s are just about gone. Let's see. Any other questions that anybody's got? There's 13 people out there watching. Hello to you all. Where are you guys at? I'm just curious. Just kind of type where you're at. You don't have to ask anything else. Just type a city where you're at. I mean, I'm just curious. We've run out of space on our lot. We're actually using part of the Mazda lot, and we're using part of the Cadillac lot that are next to us. So, we do have a lot of inventory. As I said, we have a lot of Taos, we have a lot of Jetta, we have a lot of GTI, we have a lot of Atlas, and the one car that we're low on is Atlas Crossport. And ID4. We're down to one ID4 because they're running these crazy incentives to get these cars moved before the end of September. So that's going to be a hard car to get. So if you're looking for an EV and you're looking for a stupid lease deal, look at the ID4. But you're going to have to find a dealer that has them on the ground, because what we do as dealers is we typically locate at another dealer. But now dealers know that with these incentives, they're going to move some inventory. They're going to move these guys around. They're not real interested in giving them away to another dealer and letting them reap the benefit of a sale. So, and then that inventory is just going to dry out pretty quick. So, hello to Pensacola, Florida, Dan. So, the ID4, they're evaporating fast. I guarantee they are. Let's see here. I'm going to do a quick search here. Sorry for the look away, but I got a screen up here. I'm going to kind of look away here and see what I can find on ID4. I'm just curious, in the state of Missouri, how many are left? I'm just going to search 2026 here. Don't mind me here for a second here. Or not 26, I'm sorry, 2025. ID4. And see what I come up with. And I'm going to search them all in Missouri and see what comes up. It probably won't be a whole lot. I could be proven wrong, but we'll see. 61 results for the entire state of Missouri, and that's every trim. That's every trim. And if I filter this and do just dealer stock, let's see here. We'll do dealer stock and filter that again. See what that gives us. 38 in stock. So there's only 38 of them in the entire state. And none of these have been on the ground more than the ID4. Let's be honest, it's an EV. It's not an everybody's buying car. EVs usually aren't. There's a specific buyer for that car. There's usually someone that's owned an EV already or owned a hybrid that goes into an EV. So it's not uncommon for these cars to sit on the ground for 90 plus days. The highest one that's currently on the ground right now, the highest day count is 53 days. That's it, 53 days. Here's one that's only 20 days old. Okay, there's a 56 day, but we're still under 90 days by a considerable amount. The majority of these have been there There's 10 days. There's a Pro S Plus. Okay, a Pro S Plus that's been around 100 and where'd it go? 169 days. So it's pure gray with a black roof. Let's see. There's 148, 136. So there's some of the older units, but still, the fact that there's only 38 of these available tells you a lot. So the incentives are working. The incentives are dredging these cars up, because I guarantee you, if I had looked at this 2 weeks ago before they came out with the extra incentive, there would have been over 200 of these. So they're actually moving this car. If there's anything I would tell you, if you're interested in a EV and you're interested in a really cheap lease payment, the ID4 is it. So whether you do all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, the rear-wheel drive Pro is going to get you the best value. But if you do a all-wheel drive Pro S, still, it's going to be a great payment on that car, because you're talking about a car that's $57,000, and you're going to get. I can't tell you what that payment is, because it's different in every scenario. You might have inequity or something like that. But the fact that they're offering the money that they're offering off of these cars, there's over $6,000 more. I want to say that there's the $7,500 tax credit plus another $6,500 on some trims. It depends on the trim now. That's specific as to what you can get off. But that's a decent car. With that being said, though, it's not. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and kind of close this out here. I've been on here for an hour and I kind of rambled. I appreciate all of you tuning in, especially the fact that I didn't advertise or post that I was going to do this at all. If you guys have any questions at all, you can always leave them below in comments. And I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in and watching a sales guy just kind of ramble on about his work. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys have a great evening, and stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, ask for Reese. Thanks a lot, guys.